Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull is my guest. Does Andrew Laming have your full support, Prime Minister?
Well, of course, of course he does. He's part of our parliamentary team.
You don't have any concerns about his comments recently on his Facebook page about whether or not teachers are working sufficiently here in Queensland?
Well, I can tell you my daughter certainly had some concerns, and she next time I see him, I will pass them on to him. My daughter Daisy is a school teacher, and she had a very strong reaction. So I think Andrew will have received some very emphatic feedback from teachers in his electorate and elsewhere. And I have to say that, and of course I'm biased, I suppose, with a school teacher daughter, but teachers work very hard. They are absolutely at the front line of our future, because it is teachers, charismatic, hardworking teachers, that change lives. And they light, I remember...
Would Daisy like to become Australia's education minister, perchance?
Daisy?
Yes.
Well, she's very busy. She's very busy with her students and her two little children. But I did tell you a story about Daisy. I was at I hope this doesn't embarrass her, but that's what fathers do, I suppose. But I was at an airport some time ago. A lady came up to me and she said, "You're Daisy's dad." And I said, "That's right." She said, my daughter was struggling, wasn't really interested in her studies, and something clicked, and Daisy she was just like she'd been lit up. She said, "My daughter is now interested in her work." And, I was standing there. I was so overcome and it reminded me of what happens when you get that great connection between a great teacher and a student, and something clicks, and a kid that had been uninterested or, just bored, wasn't inspired, wasn't working, wasn't interested in their studies, suddenly a light goes on, and that's fantastic, and that's what great teachers do. So I can tell you, Steve, I'm a passionate supporter of teachers and great teachers, and that's why our education policies, the reforms that Simon Birmingham's advancing, are all about quality teaching, supporting quality teachers, because that's what makes the difference. They get this debate about funding all the time as though money was, the whole thing was just expressed in dollars. The critical thing is ensuring that those great teachers are encouraged, they're promoted, they're given the extra support to become even better, and that they're supported to stay in the classroom teaching too.
Prime Minister, I know my listeners will be very keen to ask you questions directly. I'd be very keen to get you in the studio here at some stage to take calls, to do talkback with the voters of Australia, because I think you might be intrigued to hear what they have to say.
I will be. I'd be always very keen to do that, Steve, and we'll line something up.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much, Steve. Bye.
Prime Minister of Australia, Malcolm Turnbull.